Hey guys, Alvaro here. Today I want to share with you some really cool stuff that I have been working on. Well, I think that they are cool. And it's about Kotlin Multiplatform. But here you can find all the information related with that. Also over here, actually, let me go back. Here you will find information about how to set up your environment and the plugin that is for Android Studio and everything. I already installed that. It's not a big deal. Just like follow the instructions. It's pretty easy. And actually, well, let me show you something. If you come here to Android Studio, you have here an option when you want to create a new project. If you see, you will have the option to create like a Kotlin multi-platform application from here. But actually, this is gonna let you, I mean, you will need some extra steps to configure the app. So there is another option, is a better option, is to use this wizard. Let's say there is gonna be Kotlin multi-platform demo. And you select the platforms that you want to include, and you just download like a zip file. So basically what you have to do is just import that zip file on your Android Studio. um, just let me go back. Let me cancel this. And well, actually I already did that, and that's gonna let you with a code like this, like this structure. Just to explain a little bit, I mean, this is basically you will have three projects. One for the common data, that is basically where all the business logic and also the UI will be created, like with the composables. And also there is a project for iOS and another for Android, that if you need to include any particular logic or specific logic just for that platform, you can do it over here. But that's not the idea, right? Um, the app that I want to create is, let's just take a look. Just gonna try a little bit. It's just an example. I mean, that I have in mind. It will have like a top a bar, and it's gonna have like a list with like a card over here, and here we will have several records, and there will be a button. And actually this information is not going to be present, and as soon as you press the button, the the data, it will be shown in the screen. That's kind of the app that I'm preparing for this demo. Yeah, this is the pre-compose library, and here you will find the documentation, how to basically what do you need to include, the dependencies that you will need to include. So let's do that. Let's start with that. We are gonna need well, here we manage this in this file, is the one that is gonna be managing all the um, dependencies, or the versions. So basically these are the two that we are gonna be using. We will need to define like the version that it will be 1 by 10. And after that, we can go to the build Gradle, and here we can just add those two. Is view model. Let me see. Just to double check. Is mode pre-compose. Discord is not. And that's it. Which we can sync now. This is gonna take a little bit, so let me just pause the video. Okay, the app already, the build get successful. I also um, throw some images on the resources that are gonna be using. You also need to build the application to be able to access this. And with all that in place, we can start doing some code. Um, as I mentioned, and this in the common main is the project that where we are gonna put in all the share logic, so we can create some structure that is what we usually use, or at least I usually do use for repositories, for models, um, for presentation. I mean, this should be inside one of, sorry, it is gonna be the UI. We can just refactor and move it. Okay. Here, for example, we can come and create like a Kotlin class. Let's say there is gonna be a founder. It's gonna be a data class. And we can specify that we are gonna have, yeah, that looks good, but we will need an image vector over here instead of that. For repositories, let's say that we can create like actually it's gonna be an interface founder repository, and this is just gonna give us a list of founders. It's gonna be a flow. um I'm not gonna be explaining all this. It's I mean, it's Kotlin related stuff, but we are here not really, that's not the main goal over here, right? Because what I want to focus over here is just to see the demo running on both platforms. We can have the implementation for this. What we can do for now is like to create, actually I have already the list over here with some of really cool names. So we are have some dummy data that for sure in a real application we will be getting from some data source like a local database or from a remote call, something like that. For now we are just gonna simulate that, and we are gonna using this information. Then we can move on to the UI. Also, we can create like a theme for the colors and everything. And let me just, this is something that I already have in place for my demos or for the quick applications that I want to create. Is basically a set of colors that I already use or already have the combination for. So we are gonna be using these color themes for that. Nothing really interesting over here. And with that in place, we can start throwing the components that we will need for the application, right? So as I mentioned it in the architecture brief explanation that I gave, I mean, I want to create, for example, um, a list. So we will need like an item. This item will be receiving a founder. Also, we are gonna be using like founders card. I mean, this is, well, let me just card. This is gonna be like at the header of the list. Over here, sorry, I think that we can just receive, well, the colors. Actually, for the item, we will need the colors also. Um, Also, we are gonna need the list. List. Again, we are gonna be using the colors, and here we will see, I mean, we are gonna have like a state that is gonna come from the view model, but we can take a look to that in a little bit. Then we are gonna put all together like in another composable that we can call it like a founders screen content. Again, probably we will need the colors. We are gonna have here like the list state that is gonna let us know if it should be shown or not the information. State, that's it. Um, Also, we will need a composable for the top up bar. And something cool that I want to show you about all these, what I'm creating all these methods is for the previews. We will see that in a moment. Green, this is gonna be basically the one that is gonna be holding everything. Perfect. Here, I mean, this material theme, we actually move it to the app theme, if you notice. So we are gonna be removing this here. And here we are gonna be using the pre-compose that we just imported, right? So this is gonna be the like the wrapper for all the application. And then we are gonna be using the app theme that we created over here. For now, well, we can go and create the view model first. So we are gonna have everything in place. So over here, what we can do is we can have like a seal class that is gonna be the state. Let's see. It's gonna be a data object. Like it's gonna be loading. Could be the default. This success will have like founders. There's gonna be a list of founders. And usually what we will have here is also something that will hold like an error, right? Not really that this is gonna be happening now because we are simulating the data, but yeah. What we are gonna be doing here is we are gonna be passing the repository as a parameter. So this way we are gonna be using dependency injection, and this is gonna be a mu model. Something to notice here is that we should be using the not the Android lifecycle import. We are gonna be using the pre-composed one, right? So we have to be careful with that. So here we are gonna define like a state for the UI. Save, flow. Um, we're gonna have like a fetch folders, and this is gonna give us the um, folders from the repository. Perfect. So with this in place, we can come back to the application, and now we can define here like a the view model folder. Let's see. Let's import this. And this is gonna be like let's import this. And here we are gonna specify the implementation that we are gonna give into the view model. So basically we can define the state, and we are gonna be using cycle. Yes. So we are gonna have the state over here. We can define the colors that we are gonna be using. And here we can start calling our, okay, here we will need to specify the state. The state. Perfect. Okay, we can start. Something that I want to show you here is, for example, we are gonna start with the item, like from the bottom to the top. So something that we can do here is we can go to the Android part, and over here, well, we can use any actually class, maybe create a new one, a new Kotlin class, reviews. And over here we can come and just create some previews for all these components, right? So if we take a look, well, we want to build it. Well, right now it's not gonna show anything for sure because we didn't implement it yet, but this is gonna help us to, yeah, we can take a look. We can keep it this, we are gonna move it to the right. And with that in place, we can come back and start working in our item. Okay, here we can start creating a card. We can import that. It's gonna have like a shape. It's gonna be it's not shaper. Sorry for that. We can have like a background color. We're gonna use the item. We can give it an elevation. And the modifier, we are gonna be saying if fill max width. We are gonna give it a padding of 2 degrees. So let's add a row. A modifier gonna be fill max width. We can add some vertical alignment. Center vertical. Here we can have like a surface. It's also have a shape with roller. This is gonna be for the icon. Let's keep it like this. Okay. We are gonna have an image here. Instead of the painter, this will be like an image vector. And we are gonna be using the founder that image. Controls. This will be. What I want to create here is like the color filter. Not do for sure. It's gonna be color filter tint, and we are gonna be using the colors. Let's see if the preview is gonna show us something now. Okay, looks like an item now. So from here, we can create over here another row that is gonna it's gonna be space even. Modifier fields. And over here we will have like a text founder name. We can give it like site. Well, we can let it with that. The color is gonna be the item color. Here we can add like a modifier. He just add the other one. Let's take a look to the preview now. Okay, looks good. Font could be a little bit bigger. We can just specify it. It's not big deal. Or we can also add some padding here. It's way too much. Okay, let's put 24 here to see what happened. It still looks pretty small. Well, that's way too much. Let's keep it in 18. Okay, that's okay for now. Okay, so as you can see, I mean, using the previews is pretty easy, like to um, fix the format that you want to create on your composables. Um, for okay, let's see what it have, what Copilot have for us. Here it will be the card background color, elevation is okay, fill max width. We can give it some horizontal 2 and vertical a little bit more, could be 8. Here we are gonna create like a box. Let's say that here we are gonna be using a size 50p. We are not gonna need this, not this. And here we are just gonna be adding an image. Let's see how it goes. Pointer to import this. Something to mention here is that for the, I mean, we usually use the R object that is generated in Android, but in this case we are gonna be using the res that is for the common one. So these are another different this in place for this. Okay, we have to come, we can come here like and add another preview. Founder, it's not gonna need anything. So this is the card that we are gonna be having, right? So looks good. We can continue with the next one that is gonna be the list. the list, let's see. For the list, we are gonna need the status that is gonna let us know if it's colors. Also, we are gonna need the state that is gonna be what we are gonna be having from the view model. And what we are gonna do here is we are gonna be um creating some like scenarios for the state. I mean, I'm not gonna use this right now. Um, that's usually how it's done. Like when it's loading, yeah, just show a circular progress indicator. I think that, well, yeah, that's already one that comes with Android. But I mean, in this case, we are not gonna be waiting for this because it's just we are not going to the database or anything. And also, if there is an error, we can show the yeah, the message and everything. But what in this case we are just gonna need this one, right? That is the logic for for to show the list. And let's take a look. What we can do is obtain the data over here. And here we are gonna be having a lazy column instead, just like a column. We can add some padding here. 16 could be good. Backside, yes. And here is where we are gonna have the sticky header, and here is where we are gonna be adding the car. The sticky header is we need is experimental, so we need to add the annotation for that. And after that, we are gonna be going through the items that we have. Sorry. We are gonna be oh, we are gonna be animating yes from their colors. Let's see what's happening here from the size index item. We are missing. Oh, let's take a delete this. There you go. Not sure what was happening over there. Again, we can come back here and add another review. We can pass status state. And we can preview the list also. So that's how it will look like. Perfect. Something cool that you can do here in with previews is that you can also have multiple previews. Right, so basically you can have something like this, and this is gonna create another preview. But when the data is not gonna be shown, not really useful. But I mean, you can play a little bit with the values that are gonna be you are gonna be sending, right? Okay, then for the screen, this is well, this here we are gonna be adding like a background image to the whole entire screen. So we want the founder lists for sure, and this is gonna come from, we are gonna be just sending the same state, we need to pass this one also here. State. You can put the same name in all of them, so just for to have some um yeah, to work with the same names for the variables, right? Here we can add a modifier, and we are gonna be using a background colors, background color. Also, we are gonna be having an image. Okay, let's see what's gonna be doing. Okay, so read for this. We are gonna be taking the list out of the box. So here we can again come back here, create another preview. We need the status is gonna be true and the state. Okay, we can take a look to the preview. Now you see the background color, and again, if we come and send the value to false, you can see the background image that we are managing right now. We are almost done. We just need the top up bar, we are going to be adding this is a little bit confusing. Let's change this to custom top up bar because there is already a component that is called top up bar. That is come, so you can see that you can uh, add already a lot of components. Actually, we can take a look. All these, you can have actions, navigation, icon, things like that. So we can have elevation. We are gonna just specify 0 to be flat. We can have like a background color. We can manage the theme from the item. I think it would be better. Item background color. For the title, we can have Gator founders. Item text color. Font size. We can have like a font size of 20. Spin text here. Okay, we can have like okay, elevation we already have that. We can add like a navigation icon. Here we are gonna be having like an image button. Icon button. Icon button. Okay. Here we can add like just a modifier. Again, we can take a look how it looks. The icon looks weird. So let's take a look. This is icon button. Okay, looks a little bit better. And last but not least, for the put all the screen together, we are gonna be using like a scaffold. That this is gonna allow us to basically put everything on its place. Stay tuned. Let's wait a second because this is getting messy. No, this is the one that is should not be there. Let's see, where is it? Okay, we have modifier. We have custom top up bar. We have ordinary button. And over here, we are gonna have the content. This is a state. This is the list status. It's gonna be here. And this is gonna be the state. Actually, this should be named value. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. Let's give it a try for the Android. Let's see. Not sure if I run the Android or the iOS. The iOS first. Let's take a look. Okay, so you can see in the well, several things, right? You can see like how the sticky header is gonna stay and looks like the data navigates behind that. I mean, it depends of the behavior that you want, right? But that's how it will look in iOS. Now let's try it in Android. There you go. So you can see the same application. You can see the behavior is a little bit different here. Actually, here looks a little bit bigger. But yeah, I mean, it depends of the screens and things like that. But at the end, I mean, we were able to create like an application for both platforms in, I don't know, how long do we take? Like, well, like an hour, less than an hour. And I think that's pretty cool. I think that's something that, um, I don't know, is the future. You tell me, because I think it's really promising. But that's what I wanted to show, and hope that you guys enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, just let me know. Bye, guys.